Here's a story that is all too common: workplace harassment. It comes in many forms, from sexual harassment to offensive jokes to gender-based discrimination and to intimidation and ridicule based on one's performance. And often all these forms of harassment go unreported as victims are unsure of what to do, or due to lack of support from their colleagues, or simply because their bosses are too powerful, perhaps indispensable for the company. In China, one employee, though, decided to stand up for herself. She beat her boss with a mop after he constantly sent her lewd text messages. The woman has now become an internet sensation in China, but the incident has also spurred a debate. The debate about the persistence of workplace harassment, how the smallest of incidents can ruin a great job and turn any company into an unproductive environment. Here's a report.
It was a sight to behold. A government worker in China whose boss was sending her harassing text messages decided to do what many a worker would not dare to. She tossed water on his face and thrashed him with the business end of a mop. Watch how. The woman has been identified as So, a government worker. The man has been identified as Wang, the deputy director of a state-run poverty alleviation agency. According to reports, Mr. Wang was sending Zhu unwanted text messages, and that others in the office had received similar unwelcome attention. On being confronted, all he could do was hide his face and make failed attempts at offering an apology. It is unclear when the incident took place, but the 14-minute video has been viewed millions of times. Social media users were full of praises for what they called an uncommon display of resistance. In a country with limited workplace protections against sexual harassment. But why just China? Workplace harassment is all-pervasive. In a 2019 survey, 25 to 85% of all American women experienced sexual harassment at their workplace. In the United Kingdom, 13% of women experienced various forms of verbal or visual harassment. And India witnessed a 14% rise in sexual harassment the very same year. In another global survey in 2020, 58% of harassed women did not file a complaint. Only 25% of the victims said they could easily report the incident. 50% of women who were victims agreed that harassment hurt their career. 99% of employees said they could successfully recognize workplace harassment. 56% of men believed that reported workplace harassment goes unpunished, and only 1% of the victims confronted their harassers. Workplace harassment is a global plague. The root cause of why it persists is the unwillingness of a victim's colleagues to speak up and the failure of employers to implement their policies. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.